And we're back with The Extraordinary Life of Will. Successful entrepreneur, businessman, author, speaker, but it wasn't always that way. Will is going to share with us his story today of how this successful man had a journey that came from this place to that place. Will, we talked the other day, and you felt led to share with me how important it is to share about bullying. Tell me about why it's important to share about bullying.
You know, when I was growing up as a child, I found myself bullying other kids. You know, there was times where I would be out on the football field and I would see this kid and because his father was there with him, I was so envious and jealous of this kid having his father, then I would lash out on that kid. There was times when I would be sitting in the lunchroom and, you know, I was eating government peanut butter and jelly out of a can. It was just like, you know, peanut butter and syrup, but this guy had real peanut butter and jelly. You know, and I know that's probably sound really trivial as far as those type of things, but the reality was I was so envious and jealous of other people, and I really didn't have the things that others did. And so what I would do was lash out and bully kids, other kids. And the real root of the problem was there was so much going on in my home. You know, I was in an environment, in a very abusive environment, and you know, it was really hard day to day. I lived in a lot of fear. I couldn't rest at night because my dad was alcoholic, you know, and it was any given day I could hear noises, and it would just trigger something, and I'm ready to fight or try to defend my mother. But a lot of those emotions and a lot of that anger and that frustration and that bitterness, you know, as a child, I didn't have a way, and I'll keep the focus on me. I didn't have a way of expressing it, and the way that I found to express it was bullying. Not only bullying, I would even, I'm ashamed to say it, but it's the truth. I would even abuse animals. You know, I would do things to animals but it was really about the abuse, the environment that I was living in. But, you know, I know today, after writing my story and doing an inventory of my life, I realized the problem then was love. I didn't have that person to show me love. I didn't have that person to hug me and say, hey, son, Willie, I love you. Or my dad coming to a football game and rooting me on saying, son, that's a great job. You know, whether I win, lose, or draw, I just having your parent or having my parent sitting in the stand saying, hey, Will, you did a great job. You had a great time. Or just being there, coming to the PTA meeting. Just being a part of my life. Know how I feel. Show me some love. Hug me. You know, hug me and say, son, I love you. And that's just some of the things that as I grew up, I realized that, you know, that's what I lacked. And the way that I dealt with it was, you know, hurt other people.
Wow.
That's as a child.
That's as a child, and I can't wait to hear more. To find out more about Will's story, go to JackieBrownProductions.com.